I've been saying since 2018 when I first ran that I have always had a servant heart, and there's no really other greater reason than wanting to serve the community. I've been involved with a lot of the volunteering, not just within the community, but also outside of the community. And I've decided to run because this, as an elected, city council member, to be a better servant, to do greater things, to make a bigger impact and make a bigger difference to a lot of people. And I believe that I could do that as an elected official. So that's why. As mentioned, I've been a nonprofit, nonpartisan representative since 2004. And as a nonprofit, nonpartisan organization, you have to be, you have to treat both parties equal, which means that I have to work with both parties, Republican and Democrat, and I've been on the advisory committee for Congresswoman Eddie Burns-Johnson, and I am now currently on the advisory committee for Congressman Ron Wright. The pandemic, right? And that has caused uncertainty for a lot of people, not just the community residents, but also the businesses. I think it's a priority to get the confidence of the community and the businesses back. But at the same time, we also have to think about the issue of losing some of the funding, sales tax, because of the change of the way the controller had decided to collect taxes, going from origination to destination. Those are the issues that we have to face. And also, of course, with the pandemic, a lot of people have lost their job with uncertainty, their home. So my proposal has been, let's look at current spending, current budget, and see if it could be more efficient and be more effective, rather than just putting a lot of burden on the community. I wanted to go ahead and look at the current budget expenditures. And another thing I think we can do really is, there's a lot of construction that goes on in Coppell as well, having maybe possibly open bids. Now, what I mean by that is that when we have bids, contractors bidding for a project, we don't have to go with the cheapest, but we could really go try to get the best bang for the citizens' dollar by looking at a variety of options. I think that's number one thing that we can also do with the construction budget as well. The second thing we can do is we could even think about looking into the increase of homestead exemption. As you know, homestead exemption is not comparable to other cities, surrounding cities. We have kind of low exemptions. Everyone I meet outside of Coppell, I tell them how great Coppell is. We moved to Coppell. I have 4 kids, by the way. We moved to Coppell because of our kids. When we first came here, we loved the school. We liked the atmosphere, and we came and we stayed because of the school. My kids, at a certain point, and we asked them, obviously it was just an option, just saying, hey, what do you think about moving it? And they really didn't want to do that. They love it here. That's part of the reason why a lot of the current residents, they come here for that reason. And I think that there's still the attraction for a lot of their family members. I believe we could do better in terms of getting the citizens involved. As you probably know, a lot of the Asian communities are, I guess, kind of isolate themselves. They don't get involved with the community, with the government, and so they believe that's, as long as unless you're in trouble, and if you don't get involved, then then you're doing good. But that's not true nowadays. I think that our children's future depends on how we actually implement our ideas and our thoughts, and how we go about trying to make it better for our next generation. What has affected the way that we, for sure for me, is that obviously I wasn't able to go around knocking on the door like the way I wanted to, and initially. So that was back in, when they went ahead and said, we're not going to have it in in May, and then we're going to have it in November. From that moment, from pretty much from March all the way up to, I guess, I want to say about a month and a half ago, I wasn't able to campaign, because I knew a lot of people were afraid of opening the door and afraid of talking. But with the current situation, where a lot of people kind of understand more so about COVID, I am able to go out, and I'm actually able to knock on the door, and a lot of the people are actually opening the door. Of course, social distance, with my mask on. And I am able to, meet them and also hear their thoughts and ideas.